Okay, returning to our Greek lesson, I'll do one on one of the most common verb forms, present, indicative, active. And this is from the beginner's grammar of the Greek New Testament. This is actually my grammar I had in seminary. And you'll really want to, if you can get one, it's great because you can write notes in it that you can always return back to. And it would be real helpful when you practice. And then this is good to read. It's very easy to read, especially now that it's a PDF online. But one thing that was helpful for me, especially, I seem to have a lot of learning challenges. I really needed to understand something. So let's just write present, indicative, active. Now that takes care of our tense, our mood, and our voice. Tense, present is linear, it's continuous. Notice the word linear, line, and then we just add that nice AR to it. So it's linear. That marker's not working, but anyway, so linear action, that's present tense. Indicative is the manner of affirmation, so in this case making a statement. And then active is the voice, the relationship of the subject to the action. So the subject is performing the action. So present, indicative, active. Let's take the verb from the noun logos. Let's just take leg, Lego, and this is speak. This is speak. And then let's set our chart up. Singular, and then plural. And then, of course, and just deliberately practice this. Don't underestimate the value of practicing this. First, second, third. Now you've got singular and plural, first, second, third person. So now you can take this stem here and just write it in, because it'll be the one we're conjugating. Really help you when you rewrite this enough times. You start becoming a little more comfortable with it. There. Now let's just see what these stems are. I mean, this endings. They're called inflectional morphemes, if you want to know the grammatical term for them. So let's just write these in. This one's omega, just say O. This one's ace, pronounce this EI, epsilon iota, is similar to the word, as we learned in the diphthongs, E-I-G-H-T, so the first two letters in the number 8. Help you remember that. But it'll be helpful now that you notice how it functions now as a great part of this present, indicative, active declension form. So O, ace, A, and then we have omen, just O-M-E-N, omen is the way it sounds, ete, and then another diphthong, oo, and then uc. Notice the diphthongs. We learned about those vowels, or these these vowels that would come together to form one sound. So you notice that's been helpful. But now this looks easy so far because we just have this root word, or this stem of the verb, and now we have it in its present, indicative, active form. And these are called primary active endings. So if we were to write this as a formula, you would say the present stem plus a short thematic vowel plus primary active endings. And it's almost like a formula like you find in mathematics, which should be very much expected for the root word of disciple is math, and we're not dealing with something that lacks objectivity. The Koine text is an objective reality. Now here's for the infinitive, we have ain. Notice again the same. So you see much of this is built on that one diphthong, a. So we could write again. So doing it this way, you've got your conjugation, you have your stem now, and now you could just write in your translation. This is to be speaking, this is he is speaking, you are speaking, I am speaking, we are speaking, you all plural are speaking, they are speaking. And this is she is speaking, so this is he, she, or it. This is you singular, this is I singular, this is we plural, this is, well, let's just write this in. So this is I and you and he and we, and then we just always included, we just wrote you all. You might put that in parentheses if you want to. And this is they. So now you have the present indicative active. Verb form, you have, if you'll just set up your, just write out your chart here, your declension, and write your root word. So now if we were having, just knowing this one word, let's just use that one word. And now we can talk about tense, mood, voice, person, and number. And we can see why if we're given a word, if you want to just follow the Koine text, that's what this is about. So if you're given this word here, you could look at that and know immediately there's the primary active ending, there's the root or the stem of the word. So this is speak, speak, the verb speak. And this is a primary active ending. And you would know that it is first person, singular. And then you would know that this is from the present indicative and of course present indicative active. So now just with this here alone, you have tense, mood, voice, person, and number. And this is why in a language-based approach to apologetics, you have inflectional morphemes, you have emphasis on, in this case, present tense is linear action, continuous. Notice linear, the root word there is line, so linear action. So we have this linear, continuous, sustained action, which is emphasized, very emphatic in the Koine text. So now you can take each of those, first, second, third person singular, first, second, third person plural, and you have present indicative active given to you. And now you can just simply realize all these forms that you can then, and then for example, you have ain, and you have that stem again, legain, then you know it is to be speaking. To be speaking. So that's your present infinitive, if you will. So that's our very brief lesson. And again, take and get your Greek grammar, the PDF online. Of course, I had tabs on this and have notes in here that I really would not want to do without these. Matter of fact, I think that's what I'll do. I can publish that PDF, print that off, and then write these notes in it. And, or I'll tell you what, I can just take these notes. Somehow try to get these notes out because they're really good notes. The professor, the teacher, you'll see these formulas that we were given and write them in. I would make sure those were there. I think I've got that still. I'll see if I have it in electronic format to put that online. But this is enough for this brief lesson. Present indicative active. Let me see what that is. And become very familiar with your grammar book, by the way. Here it is. Here it is. Page 27, and then start here, page 25. And of course, I highlighted a lot of things in here, but you can read this here and start here, read the notes, and then, but again, I can't overemphasize, begin to just do this. One of the greatest helps for me was I was told just start doing it first, second, third, start using it, write the stem down, use one you're familiar with. Just learn one thing at a time, focus on one thing at a time, and then go in, and now you have your first, second, third, you have singular, you have plural set up, you know this is your present, indicative, active, and you have your infinitive waiting down here. So then you just write in O, ace, a, omen, ete, Lucy. There, and then aim. And then you'll notice how much is built and how useful that one form is, that one form. And I would start doing this immediately. Don't become anxious about when will I translate. You can start using Greek right now by using your Greek grammar. So you can tell people you study Greek, go back and continue to rewrite and write again your alphabet. Go back and familiarize yourself with your diphthongs, and then go back and study the different classes of the noun, which we'll go over that, and decline nouns. And then start doing this immediately. Absolute mastery of this will occur quickly, and more quickly the more you just engage it, read it, and then write it. And that's a very strong enforcement or reinforcement of our learning. All right, that's it. That's the lesson for the present indicative active in Koine Greek.